Hello and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm AC and today I'll be walking you through this 2021 Summit Adventure Van. This is the Longs Peak Edition. I've got a special guest today. This is Brian Roberts with Summit Adventure Vans.
Thanks for having me.
He's going to be helping me out today as we walk you through this pretty awesome beast here we got. We're going to start around the front so I can show you the stock number. This is 5N201-560 in case you're interested in it. We have all the blackout shades on right now at the moment, so you can see up front here. We've got the blackout shades, just so we can demonstrate them. We don't have to be opening and closing them when we get inside. But I want to start up front. Brian, maybe you can tell us a little bit about this pretty beefy bumper we got up front.
Sure. So what you're looking at is an off-road package from Summit, which includes the front bumper and some rear accessories and some additional body wrap that matches this black matrix hood wrap. The front bumper is made by Backwoods Adventure Mods, and it has a 12,000 pound automatic winch in there with a remote.
So you just mentioned it's got a remote on it, makes it really easy to use. You don't have to have the cables out. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, your buddy happens to fall asleep or pass out, you can put this around his belt and bring him in. Comes in really handy. As we move around the side here, just kind of want to point out a few things. We've got the awning, and Brian, what kind of awning is this? Carefree?
This is a Carefree, built in Colorado. It is legless and powered, and it also has a wind sensor. So if the wind kicks up too much, if it thinks it's going to be damaged, it'll go in on its own.
Yeah. It's got the nice LED lighting on it. You can see we got a running board. Now this is a fixed running board. It's pretty nice. It's got these little, I don't know what you'd call these little protrusions here, but you can clean the mud off your feet if you got mud, if you've been out hiking. We've got a couple other little accessories out here I want to kind of point out. Obviously this is perfect for camping outdoors. You're going to be up in the mountains. You got a couple of chairs here. We've got a Green Mountain grill out here. And all of these accessories you can buy from our parts department. So the chairs, the grill. As you can see, we've got an external solar panel out here. This is two 45-watt panels, which you can add to the existing 180 watts that's up there.
Yeah, and it's plugged into the exterior solar port on the van here.
Okay. This here, and maybe we can talk a little bit about this, Brian. So with the off-road package, you get the spare tire that matches the rest of the
You do.
van,
you
right?
get a fifth rear, or you get a fifth wheel and tire package that matches your off-road tire and wheel, and you get the accessories on the rear bumper.
Okay. So I wanted to show something out on this here external port, external panel. So this does have a built-in charge controller and meter. So this will tell you exactly how many amps it's putting out. The legs are adjustable, so you can actually move it around, look at the gauge, and see where you're getting the optimal charging. So that's really handy to have. We'll go ahead and kind of work our way around the back here.
You want me to?
Yeah, let's close this
and
up.
open?
Just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like with everything closed. Brian, what are these for here?
So this is to hang accessories like traction devices. If you get stuck, you can put those orange plastic devices on here. You can put shovels, you can mount water containers, extra fuel containers like that to all this grid work. And then the box is a enclosed watertight storage. So
you could probably put a small generator.
You can put a small gen in. You can keep the things that you just don't want inside in here.
Okay. It's pretty easy to open up, obviously, to get the doors back up.
Just one latch, and these are gas charged. These are on gas shocks,
which is really cool because these will stop it. Some of the other boxes don't have these and they swing out, so you always have to be careful not to be hitting stuff.
Right.
All right. Let's finish going around the side here, just so we can finish out, and then we'll work our way back in through there. We've got a couple other accessories here. So is this ladder standard then on this build?
This ladder is part of the off-road package.
Okay. So you've seen other vans where the ladder's in the back. If you buy the Summit without the off-road package, you will have one mounted on the back door. With the package, you get the side door, which in my opinion is a little more user-friendly. It's really easy to get up and down. Your solar panels are going to be right up top. I'll climb up there in just a second and give you a view of the top there. Another accessory you'd want to take along with you is a generator. Again, this is a Cummins. It's a small generator you can take. You can also get this from our parts department. And Brian, this comes with it, with the van, correct?
Yep, that's a 30 amp to 110 adapter so that you could plug it into your garage outlet and charge your unit.
So basically this would go in here and then you just take a regular extension cord and plug it into the garage or wherever you're at. Or if you're using your generator, you just plug this into the generator, and right here's your outlets. So you just plug into there, and that would run your rooftop air conditioner, correct? Because the rooftop air conditioner does not run off the batteries.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. We'll move that. I'm gonna go ahead and climb up here and I'll let you guys take a peek up top. Let's see here. If you watch my other videos, you can tell that my wrist is feeling a lot better. I'd be on the floor right now, which would probably make some pretty entertaining footage. All right, so now we can go back around. Let's start in the back here and just kind of talk through some of the stuff that's in the back here.
Sure.
And maybe you can just kind of walk us through the different buttons that we have back here in accessories.
So you've got some accessories back here with switches. You've got a mudroom light, which turns on your light in the storage area. That's so that if your bed is still down, or if your bed is down, you still get light on your gear when you're trying to access it at night. You have a water pump switch, which runs your rear spray port. You have a rear scene light for lighting your sight at night. And you have a compressor button here, which is new for 2021. You've got an onboard air compressor with a 20-foot hose that allows you to off-road in remote places. If you have to air down, or if you're going to go on the beach, you can air back up when you get back on the road without having to find a service station to do that. You can do it with an onboard.
And that'll reach all four tires?
That'll reach all four tires.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I'm hearing some music. Can you tell us where that's coming from?
That's coming from our Bluetooth stereo receiver, which is right now attached to my Pandora phone. So it is a standalone unit that is not attached to the chassis, that we have a Bluetooth button for that you pair to, and you can manage your own music off-grid.
Perfect. And that's these two speakers up here.
Two speakers in the rear doors.
These RAM mounts are pretty nice. What would you use these for?
Those are there. You know, you can mount RAM. You can get RAM accessories to mount devices in.
Okay.
You can also, they're actually a handle. So if you're in bed and it's time to close the doors, you can reach them from the bed height.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that before in the other ones.
Yeah.
What is this right here?
Oh yeah, so we've got bike mounts. This smart floor system runs the entire length of the cab, or of the van here, and we have accessories that lock down into this securely. This is a bike mount that we use from Rocky Mount that we build a custom part for to mount into this floor system. We also have chairs and tie-down points to mount in there as well.
Okay. Is there anything else back here that we should kind of point out while we're in the back here?
We do have one more outlet here, or one additional outlet on the back here for 110 power and USB charging, just to have an access to the back here.
Okay. And then we have the lithium batteries in here.
Yep.
So these panels, access panels, you can put them in and out real easy. So back here we have 2 Lion Energy batteries.
Correct. Yep. You've got 210 amp hours of power here, and you've got a Red Arc battery manager managing the voltage between the voltage and the power between the chassis and solar.
Perfect. Now the charge controller, if it's got enough solar to run the options, it will just use solar first and then go to the batteries?
It prefers green energy, so if it has enough solar to run where you're running, it will not pull power from the chassis.
Perfect. All right, well, let's go on the inside.
All right.
Now we can kind of show the bed.
Sure.
We're going to start right up front here. I like how you guys label everything. Now these labels come on all the coaches when you buy them, and then you just take them off, obviously. But this tells you exactly what you have, what you're buying. This is a seat that you can add on, correct?
Correct.
3-point harness.
Yep.
DOT approved.
Correct. Yeah, these are pull tested, and they also have child seat restraints in them, so you can put a child seat in these.
Okay.
And you could put as many as, we've had 8 people in one of these vans.
I sold one to a guy who said they went golfing. He had a group of golfers.
Yeah.
They'd put 4 or 5 seats and all their gear in the back and take off, and then when he got home, he put them all in the garage. So they come in very handy. What do we have over here? I'm gonna kind of move this.
You've got a at the top here, you've got a smoke alarm. You've got a survival kit that comes with the unit. It also has, I think, food for 2 days for 2 people in there if you get stuck somewhere and you can't get out. We've got power switches for the awning lights, another scene light, and the mudroom lights, so you can turn the light on for the storage area from here as well as the rear. You've got your awning control with an on and off, and then retract and extend buttons, a fire extinguisher, another outlet, and then a step out, or a flip out step, which helps you get up into the bed when it's up, and then a CO monitor down at the bottom.
Nice. Well, that's good. It actually has food, so you can actually, for 2 people, that's awesome.
Correct.
Ram mount grab bar here.
Yep.
They make tables. I know some of the other coaches that we've had, they have this same mount, and they have a table that'll slide in and out here to flip over, so it's a perfect size table. We'll see if we can get one for one of the next videos that we do. What else do we have here? So the seat turns around. Yeah,
you've got pivoting seats. Both seats pivot around, so you can sit in a little bit of a living room situation. If you've got a group of people, you want to sit inside because the weather's bad. You can turn around and have a conversation and have drinks.
Now, what about this refrigerator here?
The refrigerator is a isotherm. I don't actually know the model number, but it's a 4.6 cubic foot refrigerator, which is quite large for a unit this small. You've got a freezer here with a magnetic keeper for the door, and like a fruit drawer in the bottom.
Easy access. I like that it opens here. I can actually reach it from outside.
Right.
That's really nice. And then it's got lighting here?
Yeah, so that's part of our indirect lighting package, which, I'll turn the music down there so we can hear each other. So you've got an indirect lighting package, which includes, that goes all the way around the, I don't know whether you can see it yet. Once you come inside, you'll be able to see it. But you can adjust brightness, and you can adjust color for whatever your mood is.
And so whatever color you have up there is going to come out of the refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then we've got an induction cooktop.
Yeah, single burner induction cooktop. A 10-inch deep bar sink, which is probably one of the coolest parts. Or amazing what we managed to fit into a van. A 144 chassis is a 10-inch deep. And then a adjustable spray nozzle. And nice deep drawers with utensil management, pan drawer.
Now you were saying something earlier, Brian, that I thought was pretty interesting. So the sink, you're saying, is a pretty good spot to wash your hair.
Yeah. If you're out for a couple days and you don't want to be outside washing your hair with the rear spigot, this is a good spot. to wash hair. It's plenty deep for getting your head down in there and making sure you get your head washed.
And it keeps you out of the cold.
Keeps you out of the cold, yep.
So you're our rep, but you've lived in these things for a while when you go on the road.
Well, I haven't. I'm not a.
When you go on the road.
Yeah. I've stayed a bunch. I've been out for 2 weeks and spent, at least more than half the days in one. It's quite livable.
Nice. That's something important to say, because you know what you're talking about when you've actually spent time in them.
Yeah, I have washed my head in that sink.
What is this up here?
So you've got a versatile magnetic surface, so that you can buy magnetic solutions, spice racks. You can buy hooks and things like that you can keep your towel on. It just gives you some versatility for storage in the galley.
And if you collect magnets everywhere you go, you got a place to put them for every state or whatever. I've seen folks do that.
Exactly.
What about the microwave?
Yep, you've got a 700-watt microwave that runs off of the inverter in the unit, so you don't need shore power for that. You can heat your coffee, you can boil water, you can make popcorn, you can do anything you want in it.
So basically everything will run off the inverter except for the air conditioner?
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. And then up here, maybe you can walk us through these gauges.
So you've got water level gauges here. You got a battery level on this sea level tank monitor. You've got a fresh level water, it's empty now. And you have a gray check, which is also empty. This is your thermostat and controller for your coach heat. It's an S-bar unit that has an automatic altimeter. And this is how you control it to set temperature, time, and the red bezel comes on and it's going to start heating soon.
Why is the altimeter important?
The altimeter is important because of where we live. A lot of the units that are made only work efficiently up to 5,000 feet.
Okay.
And we live above that, and then we play in 10,000 feet areas, so the altimeter makes it so that it burns the diesel efficiently.
Nice.
And it does only use 1 gallon of fuel for 22 hours of continuous use.
So you can stay warm for a long time as long as you have diesel in the van.
That's right.
Right, and it'll cut off at a quarter tank. Or,
that's right.
Okay, so you always want to make sure you have plenty of fuel when you're going to camp out overnight.
Yep. And then you've got light switches. This is your under or over counter switch for your galley. You've got 2 banks of overhead lights. And then this switch is a master off, which basically when you park it, you turn everything off so you know there's no draw. That also turns your refrigerator off. It turns everything off, so you have to manage your components. If you're just camping, you have to make sure you manage your components appropriately.
Okay. And that's your
is your inverter control. Yep. This is your inverter control, which basically is, as long as you've got this on, you're going to be able to run all the 110 components, which really are just the induction cooktop and the microwave.
Okay. And then you had your music hooked up, and this is how we would do that, right?
That's right. This is your Bluetooth controller.
Okay.
Single button. And
then before we go into the back, I'd like for you to talk a little bit about the goodie bag here. I call it the goodie bag.
Yeah.
I think this is awesome.
Yep.
Maybe you can talk about the quick start guide here.
Sure.
I wish every RV had one of these. I've gone through them several times, and I just think they're seriously awesome.
Yeah. So we know that things aren't always going to go perfectly in a van like this, especially when you're out on a trail or you're adventuring. So we've got some important tools in here that you can use to tighten components if they loosen. We've got a ratchet in here that allows you to move your sunshade in. If for some reason it gets stuck out, you can move it in manually. We just wanted to make sure you had everything you needed to get around. You've got a small little compact screwdriver. So there's nothing worse than being stuck and not having a tool. So we made sure you had the minimum of what you might need. And then we provide this quick start reference guide in this bag that also works you through any issue or any question that you might have while you're out in your van. After you've had it for a year, you won't need this anymore, but it's awfully nice to have. I think one of the best features we have in here is this power consumption chart that tells you every component in the van. It tells you how much amp hour it uses, so you can manage your levels appropriately.
And that's a question we get all the time.
Right.
How long will the solar hold up? What can I run with just the solar if I'm dry camping? So that right there is pretty neat.
Yeah.
All they have to do is look at that.
Yep.
The awning is also cool. That's why I'm glad you put that in there. I always have folks that say, what happens if my awning doesn't come in with the switch?
Yep. Well, there's
got the tool you need in there.
Yep. There's actually instructions on how to do that as well.
That's awesome. And then I think the only thing we got left back here is the bed. So
yeah.
Maybe you can talk about the table, the bed, just kind of how it
Sure.
works.
Yep. So this is a cantilevered bed and workspace that we have designed so that you maximize your storage space, and you're also maximizing your sleeping area at the same time. So a single latch, we do normally have this secondary redundant strap. This is for safety. That straps up, so if this latch fails for any reason, this is going to hold it up so it doesn't come slamming down on maybe a passenger in a seat here. So you release that, you release this latch, and you've got half the bed down. Before we put the other half down, we'll flip this up, and it stands up there nicely. And this is a perfect workspace, eating space with an 18-inch stool. You can put 3 kids across here and cut apples up for them and let them eat lunch. I've worked at this table remotely with my laptop. It's a fantastic spot to be on the beach in California, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, that sounds, I want that office.
Yeah, right. So that's half the bed. It is cantilevered, so it holds, I think, the 300-pound weight limit on just half. So when you're laying on this, you've got a 600-pound weight limit. And then you flip the other side down, and you've got an almost queen-sized bed surface to sleep on with a 3-inch foam mattress. It's 73 inches from side to side and 65 inches wide.
Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and lift that up. So that gives you plenty of space up here.
Yeah.
And then it just pops back up. I didn't want to forget to talk about the charging station you got up here. This is pretty cool. You got a nice little reading light there. I'll let you come around so we can see that.
Yep. So that's where your indirect lighting control is.
So this will be a nice reading light here. And then up here is the control for the light that comes up top here. But then you also have USB port down here and a 12 volt. And as well as a 110 with more USB ports. You got plenty of USB ports in this coach.
And something to note, I think, once you're in bed, you don't have to get out of bed to get to any of the controls or charge your phone.
You just put your phone in there and let it charge overnight. I really like the grab bars on the back. Some of the other vans, you kind of have to lean down over the side of the bed to close the doors if you need to do that. But while you're here, just grab the bar and shut it. Is there anything else that you can think of? Actually, the trash can, right?
Oh yeah, your trash drawer.
The trash drawer here, and it's got cutouts for the trash bags.
Yep, those are notched for those shopping bags, so you can separate your trash from your recycle if you want to. And then you've got a pantry with 3 shelves to store food, supplies, anything you want to put in there.
And they're adjustable, so you can put your cereal in one of them if you want.
That's right.
I gotta have cereal everywhere I go. It's my snack.
I don't think we opened that, but that's additional storage as well over the galley.
And then this fan that we have up here, tell us about the fan.
It's a Max Air Deluxe that has, it's a vent only, and it has a manual open. But the nice part about this cover is that you can leave it open no matter which direction it's raining from. If it is raining, the water does not come in, and it's got 4 speeds to vent the coach. and it's 12 volt.
12 volt, that's awesome. And if I live here in Colorado and I don't want an air conditioner because I only stay in Colorado up in the mountains, we can delete we don't have to get the air conditioner back, we can add an additional fan.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything about the chassis? I mean, I know it's a Sprinter chassis, we talk about these all the time. It's got steering wheel controls.
Yep.
4x4.
Yep. 7-inch touchscreen controls. All the things you'd expect from Mercedes.
Okay.
Real quick, guys, we have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Steve wants to see the bed completely folded down with all the mats on it.
Okay.
Sure.
So we can do that again real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go
And then
open from
we've
the
got-
back too.
While he does that, let's do this right here. So we've got, this is the light bars that are out front. One is on the bumper and one's up top. So this controls those. And then you have your battery merge. So if you leave your lights on, the chassis battery is dying or dies. You push that button and then for 30 seconds it'll merge power from the coach batteries as well. So it'll help you get started if you're in a tight spot there. All right, here we go. Now we got the bed out.
Steve was asking to see the bed.
Oh, yeah, so we're showing the bed again. We had a viewer request that we show the bed. Steve, thank you for that.
It's a 4-piece mattress kit. You've got these flare fillers and then the 2 larger pieces.
And you said a queen size sheet works or a full?
I've used queen and full on these. Both work.
Both work, okay. Perfect. I really like the cantilevered system.
This is so easy.
You don't have to have the bars across. I mean, they're out of the way. For those of you that are using it as a cargo van, this is perfect. You can tie stuff down. You can put 8-foot sheets of drywall or
Stand them up,
or
sure.
plywood. I mean, you've got plenty of room in here to use it as a work van and then also go up in the mountains on the weekends and have some fun. So I think this is a really versatile van. I mean, you can use it, and you can have 6 additional seats in here. So
Big families.
yeah.
Anything else happen, or we good?
All right, well, thank you guys for watching. I forgot my clipboard today, but you can call. You can call me at 720-276-4241. You can call or text me. You can also email me at adrian.chavarria.com, or sorry, I have my own website now in case you're wondering, at transwest.com. I'm sure if you watch one of my other videos, it'll have the clipboard on there, but feel free to call me. Si hablo español, me pueden hablar al 720-276-4241. Brian, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll do some more videos. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Thank you
Thanks.
guys.